16th, beginning at 5:30 p.m. in the school board meeting room. 1, opening of meeting. A, prayer, Angela Washington. B, pledge of allegiance, Raymond Grove. Please stand.
Let's bow our heads. Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Angela and Raymond. C, roll call. Chris Kemble, Superintendent.
Ms. Washington,
Here.
Mr. Grove,
Here.
Ms. Cantella,
Here.
Mr. Poche, Ms. Florent,
Here.
Mr. Detillier,
Here.
President Barr.
Here. D, discussion and approval of meeting minutes from June 11th, July 9th, and August 13th, 2024. President Sue Bayer. Can I get a motion to accept the minutes? Motion by Diana Cantilla, seconded by Tim Detillier. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 2, committee meeting reports. A, Executive Committee Report of September 5th, 2024. Chairperson Sue Bayer. The St. James Parish School Board Executive Committee met in a school board meeting room on Thursday, September 5th, 2024, beginning at 4:15 p.m. Members present: Nicole Florent, Sue Bayer, and Tim Detillier. The purpose of the meeting was to review the tentative agenda and set the agenda for the September 10th school board meeting. It was motioned by Tim Detillier, seconded by Nicole Florent, and unanimously carried to approve the agenda for the September 10th school board meeting. It was motioned by Nicole and seconded by Tim Detillier to adjourn this meeting at 4:35 p.m. B. The Policy Committee Report of September 16th, 2024. Chairperson Nicole Florent.
The St. James Parish School Board Policy Committee met in the school board meeting room on Monday, September 16th at 4:30 p.m. Members present were Diana Cantillo, Angela Washington, and myself, Nicole Flora. The purpose was to discuss and approve the following revised policies: IDCH, Kelly Cook. And it was motioned by Diana Cantillo and seconded by Angela Washington and unanimously carried to approve the following revised policy, IDCH. And it was motioned by Angela Washington, seconded by Diana Cantillo, that the meeting adjourn at 4:35 p.m.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to accept the minutes of the Policy Committee? Motion by Tim Detillier, seconded by Angela Washington. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. C, Insurance Committee Report of September 16th, 2024. Chairperson Diana Cantillo.
Insurance Committee meeting report at the school board meeting room, September the 16th at 4:45. Tim Detillier, Diana Cantillo was present. Raymond Grove was absent. Purpose was to discuss and approve renewal of Humana Medicare Advantage Plan effective January 1st, 2025. Discussion and approval to renew Lorma General Liability Fleet effective October 1st, 2024. Discussion and approval to reject underinsured motorist coverage from Lorma. Discussion and approval to purchase cyber liability insurance coverage effective October 1st, 2024. Discussion and approval to move forward with the RFP process for insurance consultant. The recommendations are motion by Detillier, second by Cantello, to unanimously carry to approve renewal Medicare Advantage Plan effective January 1st, 2025. Motion by Detillier, second by Cantello, to approve renewal Lama General Liability Fleet coverage effective October 1st, 2024. Motion by DeTillier, second by Contello, and carried to approve to reject underinsured motorist coverage from Lama. Motion by DeTillier and second by Contello carried to approve the purchase cyber liability insurance coverage effective 1st, 2024. Motion by DeTillier and second by Contello to adjourn the meeting, which was adjourned at 5:11.
Can I get a motion to accept the minutes of the, motion by Raymond Gross, seconded by Nicole Florent. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. We do have representatives from Humana and Mr. Bootsy Martin here tonight, so if any of the board members had any questions regarding our,
I'd like to commend you all for, especially the Medicare Humana for the retirees. And I do know that this board is taking on the load of the premium for our retirees. So thank y'all. And Mr. Bootsy Martin, thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome work.
all right. Thank y'all. 3, recognition. A, recognition of thanks to Representative Ken Brass. Superintendent Kimball.
Yes, I'm going to ask Ms. DeTillier, she's going to come up to speak on the items in regards to Representative Brass, but as she comes up, I want to just speak publicly, if I may, just that Mr. Brass has been a great supporter of not only St. James Parish Public Schools, but the public schools within the state in Louisiana. Many people say and speak as though they are a proponent of public education, but his actions back what he speaks. His votes back what he speaks. Because I keep an eye out and we talk a lot about how he votes and the way we communicate. And he's definitely, when he casts his vote, it's in support of public education. And so I want to personally thank him on behalf of the board and the school system for his support of St. James Parish Public Schools. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And now I'll let Ms. DeTillier speak on the real reasons why we're here, but go ahead.
Yes, so as Superintendent said, Ken has been, it's just been phenomenal, the support that we've gotten through our appropriations in multiple years, the past years. And we couldn't do a lot of what we do in St. James without this support, monetary support. There are 3 big areas that is being supported again this year, and so we're going to kind of go through those 3 big areas, give you a little bit of highlight, and then we'll recognize a couple of people. The first one is with our C3. At our C3, interns and cosmetology. So this appropriations allows us to support our intern program and our cosmetology program, both of which internally we could not fund without this money. The interns, we've been running interns even before Ken got involved with appropriations, but on such a small scale with manufacturing that would maybe reach about a dozen kids. We have over 50 kids that we're able to place, and we are paying for real work, real world, that's being paid through the intern program. And that is because we have both external and internal. We have a lot of external partners, and some of our external partners, they do pay for our kids that we place, but that's not near as many as our internal interns that we're able to place. And all of our internal placement, the money that comes for those interns comes solely from the intern program. And then also it covers our cosmetology. And as you know, we had to fold our cosmetology some years back because of all the cuts when we merged, shell closure, all of that. But we kept the lab intact. So we were able to last year with this appropriation start back Cosmo it's a smaller scale. We have intro to cosmetology, so we offer some of the curriculum, but we brought it back similar to our Pro Start where it's under the business model. So we're running it and we're giving our students the customer service and the business, because if you want cosmetology, a majority of those children, they want to run their own shop. They have to understand the business aspect of the cosmetology as well as, so we're giving them a little bit of both. And the sustainability of that program is also coming through this appropriation. So the first one I'd like to recognize, I'd like our C3 people to stand, and Mr. Ken Brass for our C3 intern in cosmetology. And then we'll take a picture. So all of our CTC Cosmo interns.
This is awesome.
So again, thank you. That's $200,000 for both our intern and our Cosmo program. And that covers our everything from the pizza kitchen that we run to cosmetology to our medical interns, business interns, and our manufacturing interns. So thank you, thank you. Secondly, another big area is Wildcat Productions and our media at St. James High. So years ago, when we had that, the big idea of the Wildcat Productions and having, it started as a black box, it kind of moved into more digital as the Wildcat Production, that video broadcasting, but we never finished the media studio. It's just walls and unfortunately storage. So we have an appropriations that's gonna help us start that next phase of actually having, we envision a studio where kids can go, they can do the broadcasting as well as debates, a whole lot of things that they're going to be able to do inside of the studio associated with our media and Wildcat Productions. So my St. James people.
All right now.
All right, and that was for $100,000 to St. James High Media Wildcat Productions. So thank you, thank you. And then last but not least, we have Salute First. Salute First is a mentoring program. It's been on a little bit of a smaller scale at St. James for a while, and this is going to extend it from St. James also to Lutcher High, and then also a start into our 6th grade at both 6th Ward and at Gramercy Elementary for that mentoring program. So we have our Gramercy and our 6th Ward principals. Anybody else here? If you'd come up for a picture, Lutcher, St. James. All right, so if y'all did the math, that was $400,000. So we have a big thank you again to Ken.
Thank you very much. That
Thank you.
400,000 will go a long way in some areas with the Wildcat Productions. It's going to get us started in the right direction for sure. Yes, right.
If any board members would like to address Representative Ken Brass right now, y'all welcome to.
Of course.
I knew it.
Good boy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just love the publicity on social media, the positive that you bring to our parish. And your parents got to be proud of you. I know that. But thanks so much for our kids.
I would like to say I'm very proud of you. You make me proud every time you you're in any area, it doesn't actually have to be St. James Parish,
That's right.
your district wide, you do some phenomenal things for us. The kids are grateful, we are grateful, and I can see your future brighter than what it is right now. You're destined for this, and we appreciate everything you do, everything. So thank you.
I'd like to say thank you very much, Representative Brass, as a product of St. James Parish Public School System and being your dedication to education from the public school system. Because we know there's a bunch of adversaries out there, but thank you very much and keep on fighting.
Certainly, I'd like to reflect all that. The money's important. However, I really want to thank you for the support because I've worked at public schools and private schools. And you can't say private's better than public. They got bad private schools, they got bad public schools, but there's some excellent public schools. And a lot more excellent public schools than private schools. I don't mind saying that publicly. You know? And we don't have a lot of support up there, but you have been in our corner, and I really appreciate that.
I just want to say thanks, Representative Brass. I've seen you in every facet that you worked in, and you've always been a big supporter. You've always come through, even at the smallest things. I've seen you on a large scale. I've seen you, and we just appreciate everything that you do. And like he said, you're a product of the public school system, St. James homegrown. And we just appreciate you. Thanks.
Yep. And finally, you know, I agree with everybody else's comments. And at a state level, you always show up. When I served with Dr. Janet Pope, we always see you. We're not sure who's coming, and I always look at her, and she's like, we know Ken Brass is coming. And you do. So we appreciate your support on all levels. And, you know, you can go back to your mom and dad, how much, when I was a student at Letcher High School, they were a big face of our school system. And then I graduated with Ingrid, who also gave her life to serving our children, and you're doing the same. So thank you and your family for all y'all doing for our children. Thank you. For business, finance, and instruction, A, discussion and approval to move forward with St. James High School Media Studio project. This item aligns with priority 3 of the board's strategic action plan. Ashley Muntz.
So, as y'all just saw, we just got $100,000 from state appropriations, thanks to Mr. Brass. So this is for us to be able to move forward with this project. Originally, as we had talked about, this was in year 3 of our strategic plan. Well, since we were able to be so kind and get the $100,000 allocation, what we want to do is get an architect on board. We're going to have Murray Architects come in and start the design. And we're going to do it in a phased design to where we can take the $100,000 and use it as a certain phase, and then once we move into the next phase of the project, we can go forward with that. Since this money is to be used by June 30th, we want to make sure that we use that money efficiently and not, so we want to make sure the design's there, we phase it out to how it needs to be done, and we go through the process like that. So this is asking to move forward with the project and hire Murray Architects for the media studio.
All right, motion by Raymond Gross, seconded by Angela Washington. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Muntz. B, discussion and approval of certificate of payments. This item aligns with priority 3 of the board's strategic action plan. Ashley Muntz.
I have 2 certificates of payment tonight. The first one for J.W. Grand for the Cypress Grove Montessori additions and renovations. It's in the amount of $257,709.56. This will bring this payment to 86% complete. And then the second one I have here is for Star Services at Baton Rouge for the C3 chiller replacement in the amount of $179,457.85. This brings it to 95% complete. It is complete, but that's the retainage portion that's left on it, which we have to wait the 45 days. So we're asking for approval for those 2 payouts tonight.
All right, motion by Diana Quintilla, seconded by Tim Detillier. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. C, discussion and approval of CEA Read the Fay Turnaround. This item aligns with priority 3 of the board's strategic action plan. Kelly Cook.
Good evening, board members. A member of the public has generously agreed to allow the district to utilize a turnaround at his home in the Basher area. So this document will just give the board the authority to enter into that agreement with the homeowner. Just as a reminder, when we enter in these agreements, if there's any repair work that needs to be done, that is at the cost of the district. So we go in with the parish, they do the work, and we pay for the cost of the maintenance.
All right. Motion by Raymond Gross, seconded by Nicole Florent. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. D, discussion and approval of contract between St. James Parish School Board and Sunbelt. This item aligns with priority 4 of the board's strategic action plan. Seneca Boudreaux.
Good evening, Board. I come before you to ask for approval of a contract between the district and Sunbelt for telespeech services. Of course, the speech therapist that was working for years at Lutcher High School, she retired at the start of the school year. We do have the job advertised. Of course, we have not been able to get an applicant to provide speech therapy services for the students at Lutcher High School. So this contract will allow us to contract out teletherapy services for the students.
Motion by Angela Washington, second by Raymond Grohl. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
You. E, discussion and approval of job descriptions. Director of High School and Elementary Academics. This item aligns with priority 4 of the board's strategic action plan. Kelly Cook.
In our continuing efforts to update job description for employees, I have before you for approval the revised job description for the Director of High School and Elementary Academics. As with our other job descriptions, the employees did go through, review it with their supervisor, and all in agreement with these changes.
Yep.
I just want to specify there's no pay raise with these job descriptions or any pay changes. This is just the job description itself.
Motion by Raymond Gross, seconded by Tim Detillier. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Cook.
Thank you.
F, discussion and approval of contract between St. James Parish School Board and Michelle Dewey. This item aligns with priority 4 of the board's strategic action plan. Ann Detillier.
Good afternoon. This is for approval for a contract between Michelle Dewey and really with CGMA, our Montessori. It is a continuation from the past. Michelle has been contracted for the past year since we started the Montessori. It was considered extra support. Our 2 program sites, both SLA and CGMA, from their start, have gotten each extra small support because we staff our program sites differently than we do our regular school sites. With that, in the past, the contract was used for teacher material support for Montessori. With the new principal, she needed a little time to just kind of assess the use of and where the need really was, and she came up where she wanted the support more in the library. They don't have a library media specialist full-time, so Michelle will be doing some shelving and also doing some library groups with students. As a part-time contract. So in a sense, it is a continuation. It just took a little bit of a different shift this year with the new principal. And it was slightly reduced as well.
All right. Motion by Diana Cantilla, seconded by Raymond Grohl. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
G, discussion and approval of contract between St. James Parish School Board and Millennium Service Learning Concepts. This item aligns with priority 4 of the board's strategic action plan. Jarvis, Shanklin, and Kelly Cook.
Good afternoon, Board. I come before you tonight to request approval for a contract with Millennium Learning Concepts. It will encompass 8 to 12 implicit bias trainings, and it will make sure that we stay in compliance with the current consent agreement.
All right. Motion to accept. Angela Washington, seconded by Diana Cantilla. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Shanklin. H, discussion and approval of district crisis management plan. This item aligns with priority 4 of the board's strategic action plan. Dustin Jenkins.
Good evening. So I'm the one that gave y'all 240 pages to read over the past couple of weeks, so I apologize for that. This emergency and crisis management plan will not only bring the district into compliance with Louisiana Revised Statute 17416.16, but more importantly, it will unify our schools under a standardized approach to response and communication. By getting all of the schools on the same page, we're going to ensure the consistency in how we handle various incidents. While we hope many of these protocols will never be used, having a robust plan in place prepares us to maintain a safe, secure, and orderly environment that fosters learning. Any questions on the plan? I know y'all all read it. So.
I'd like to add that Dustin and I spoke before the meeting, and one thing that I thought, he mentioned that all of our schools had their own crisis plan. So if you had a teacher who shared, like a speech therapist, and they're at Gramercy Elementary and they know the code there, but they're at Cypress Grove and something happens, it could be a different code. This way, everything's gonna be consistent across our district. So I think that's a real plus, and we appreciate your hard work.
I do want to make a comment. I didn't read all of those pages. I did kind of browse through it, and I saw the detail and the attention that you, and the work you put into it, and that's appreciated.
We need it.
All right. Can I get a motion to accept? Diana Quintilla, seconded by Tim DeTillier. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, Mr. Jenkins. I, executive session pursuant to LARS 4217A2 to discuss the status and strategy concerning litigation, Naylor versus defendant 1, ETAI, case number 12000422291, 23rd Judicial Court, Kelly Cook and Mike Calabro. Motion by Raymond Gross, seconded by Tim DeTillier to go into executive session. All right, can I get a motion to go back into regular session?
Motion, so moved.
Raymond Gross, seconded by Nicole Florent. All right.
Madam President, we need a motion to authorize the superintendent to retain outside legal counsel, the law offices of Patrick Amadei. So if we could make a motion along those lines.
Motion by Angela Washington, seconded by Diana Quintilla. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. 5, closing of meeting. A, condolences. Aura Bazile, retired teacher. Nola Gibson, mother of Sandra Gibson, school for food service technician. All right.
The full-time, that's Amos,
Lionel?
Lionel Forsythe,
That's Amos, brother-in-law.
uncle of Amy Lesh and Tara Smith. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Raymond Grove, seconded by Tim DeTillier. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The meeting's adjourned at 6:10 p.m.